I was really nervous and just concerned with what the birth parents wanted for contact. I know myself, and a yearly email or phone call to somebody that I don't feel connected to or I feel obligated to do, it's something that I avoid, generally speaking. And we just met the birth parents that selected us, and all of those concerns are gone. I will call them one time a month if they want me to.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a much healthier situation than I ever anticipated it being. So I'm super excited about that now.
We emailed back and forth very regularly for about 2 months, and a month before Atticus was born, we actually went out to California to meet them in person. That was a lot of fun. I think it was
nerve-wracking.
It was nerve-wracking.
It was very nerve-wracking because, to be perfectly honest, my fear was, what if she decides to change her mind? What if she doesn't like us? What if we get out there and we don't seem as fun as we were in the video and she totally decides to change her mind?
When we set up for the conference call with our birth parents, my heart was just racing. My fingers felt jittery. I felt like I had 10 cups of coffee too many.
Yeah.
Great.
I was so nervous. And it's just, it's like you overthink everything. I kept on going, oh God, Mike's gonna make a bad dad joke and they're gonna be like, nope, that's it, that's a deal breaker.
I kept saying to Destiny, we just have to be ourselves and be friendly.
I think as adoptive parents, you get caught up on what do they think, do they like us? I remember we were driving into town for the birth and she sent a text, something along saying, are you guys sure that you want to have a child? And I think she was afraid too. She was worried that, about her baby and making sure the baby was going to go into a loving home. And of course, I was immediately texting her back, absolutely, we have always wanted to be a family and are so excited and so grateful you have chosen us. I think at that point I realized she has a lot of concerns and worries on her end, but also it was really brave of her to ask that question.
From our experience, they're as fearful as we are, right? I mean, they're still human beings having to make this decision of where do I put my child.
Whoa. I think from there on I knew we were a good pair and we were so lucky to have such a smooth process with her.
We had a meeting with our adoption family specialist, and she covered so much stuff that could possibly be talked about in the phone call. I was kind of afraid of seeming too excited, it would come across as overbearing, but it was good to reassure me that the birth parents want to see your excitement. They want to know that this is something that's super important to you and that you really want in your life, because then it puts them at ease too.
She said one thing that really resonated with me was that you need to enjoy this part of the process, because we're developing a relationship that hopefully will stand for the life of our child. I knew in my heart of hearts that we were gonna all connect on another level, and just as, when that screen opens up, it all just happened and, exactly the way that I thought it would.
Yeah, it makes it feel so real.